Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this administration is focused on innovation, which is the competitive advantage this country has. And instead of doing things in a rudimentary and out-of-date way, why don't we do it in an expeditious and at the speed of commerce and technology kind of way? Mr. John, it's good to see you again. Before I ask any questions, can you just look around the room and tell us the things that are sitting in front of us, surrounding us, that involve chemicals? And just the daily use thing. Just give us 3 or 4 examples in the room.
Absolutely. So the clothes you're wearing, the phone that you're using, the microphone I'm talking to, the chair you're sitting in, everything starts with the chemical industry.
You can look around in our daily lives, and this is something that we're not going backwards. We're not going to abandon this, but we have to do this so that we lower costs and we use innovation to keep us safe and to be able to continue to develop products. So TSCA's definition of unreasonable risk is broad. It's open to interpretation, leading to regulatory uncertainty. And my question for you, Mr. John, is how has this lack of specificity impacted the chemical industry's ability to actually innovate?
Yeah, so again, we see that the challenge in the new chemicals program. We had a nice discussion about what that threshold is be, what is EPA looking for, and how can they make decisions more quickly. And I think the important part to understand, too, going back to the previous conversation, is that EPA has been doing less with more. They've had higher congressional appropriations, and they've had additional fees from industry, double to twice the fees on new chemical submissions, and triple the fees on existing chemicals. So they've had more resources, and they've been less productive over this administration. So that impacts our industry in a couple of ways. You look at innovation, as you said, and the ability to bring new chemistries to market that perform better. And either that can be done here in the United States or it'll be done somewhere else. Our industry has not stopped innovating, but 70% of our members have made the rational business decision to go somewhere else. If it's made here, you've just made it more costly. Coming off a period of high inflation, prices up 23% over the past few years, we're either killing jobs, killing innovation, and harming consumers. It's a bad combination.
I can't wait to see what Mr. Zeldin is going to do with that to make sure that government is not an impediment. Mr. Moody, when it comes to the analysis, the economic factors, especially during the initial stages of risk evaluation under TSCA, can you provide examples of industries or products significantly affected by the shift since the 2016 amendment was put in place?
So, look, there's kind of two separate parts of the program. So we have the existing chemicals program and the new chemicals program. In the existing chemicals program, which is really at this point dealing with a lot of the things at the top of the supply chain. We're looking at risk evaluations under review now that will literally impact thousands and thousands and thousands of iterations. So, it's hard to quantify that cost, but it's significant. On the new chemical program, it's not only the existing cost and loss, but it's also the opportunity cost, right? And there are things that we could be doing that we're not doing. Companies are not choosing to take the risk of going through a lengthy R&D process in order to get to something at the end of the day. So there just has to be a better balance that we strike at the end of the day.
Dr. Engler, I'll end with you in the last minute. The EPA's authority under TSCA extends to regulating the full life cycle of chemical substances, including disposal. And in your experience, has the EPA managed this responsibility well in those areas? And where is its approach needing improvement? Give us some examples of this full kind of life cycle regulatory idea.
So EPA routinely looks at end-of-life disposal for new chemicals. They look at potential exposures from landfill, water releases, air, and they predict potential dose to anyone who's nearby. But when even when EPA, in using their worst-case assumptions, does not find any exceedances, even if it's orders of magnitude below their concern level, they're still issuing some restriction to make sure that it would never, ever exceed that level. So we see it most acutely in water releases.
Very good. Mr. Chairman, great hearing. Thank you for this. Thanks to the witnesses for your testimony. I yield back.